Welcome to another episode of Simplexity podcast series. Today, we have an important topic which we need as a human being. And to be successful as a human being, as a professional, as a family person, husband, wife, daughter, son, something is very important for us. That's something which will be shared by none other than my guru and my friend, my philosopher, and also my coach, who has been helping me in the background to talk to you in the camera like this. This is none other than Shil. He's who is called as Shil, the man of stage, or the man of multiple countries, man who is flying in the iron boxes. Here today, I was able to get him for a few minutes to share this important topic. He is here because he values how important it is on something as a professional we need to take care. With that, Shil, welcome.
You forgot to add that he's a man of Manchester United. Make sure you add that
that is
time.
something I missed. Maybe because of the cricket season going on, Shil. We are not into the football season yet or soccer season yet.
It's okay. For anybody who listens, I am also a man of Manchester United.
And if you want to be on wrong side of Shil, please don't criticize Manchester United.
Or I accept the criticism. I welcome the criticism. If you are going to criticize them, then be prepared to have an in-depth tactical football conversation, because I love football.
Thank you, Shil. I will not be talking about it because I don't have the depth of the football, at least with Manchester United. Thank you. Shil, with the topic which we are delving deep into today is something you are fascinated about, and not fascinated, you live your life with those particular principles, and that has become your practice. So how do you explain that from your point of view? And this is none other than discipline is a synonym for Shil.
There is a term which you and anybody who listens may have heard of, and that term is the devil is in the detail. In my life, the reframe to that term is the devil is in the discipline. Since I was a young boy, I still am a young boy, according to my wife. For my whole life, I have practiced discipline. And without the consistency with the discipline I have, I know I would struggle to do the things that I do. So I build my life around discipline, and it's tough. Many people think that it's easy to make a decision to go to the gym on a Friday night at 7 p.m. or to continuously have cold showers or ice baths. Now, I understand that the level that I go to is not the level that millions of people would choose to go to. I respect that. It is how I choose to live, because the discipline that I have has benefited everything that I do.
When you say it's benefited, put it to us in a simplicity terms or simple terms, that I, as an average individual, how can I adapt it?
For example, health and fitness. Many people who go to the gym have an aspiration to put on muscle, and they expect to put the muscle on within a month of training, and they want big gains in a short time. One of the disciplines I put in is to go to the gym consistently and look for marginal gains. And a marginal gain could be, last week I lifted 20 kilos. This week I want to do 22 kilos. The week after, 25 kilos. So I always increase by marginal percentages, and those increases make me feel like I'm achieving something. For a long time, I loved reading, and then I stopped reading because I got bored of it. To bring the discipline back into my life, I made a commitment that I would start to read again. And so 3 years ago, I picked up a book and I committed to reading 2 pages a day. Only 2 pages. 2 pages turned to 5 turned to 10. And now, 3 years on, I gorge books. I love the practice I have of reading. Another one is my diet, and I follow the same principle. So what I mean by my discipline is I put habits in that are compound gains, and over time, those compound gains benefit everything that I do.
That is nicely put, Shil. When you said that 2 pages a day, it's nothing but 700 pages a year. It's close to around 3 books, if you look at it. So for a person who doesn't read, this small beginning will make a huge difference in their lives, as well as the way they look at it. It is like, climbing a mountain is not on day one, right? It's step by step.
Yeah, and because we're on the reading, I believe that people think when they read, they have to read business books, personal development books, books on how to make money, how to grow a practice. There's millions of books to read. So my choice of book is football autobiographies. I love science fiction. I love Game of Thrones and Aragon and dragons and fantasy. So the books that I still read are dragons and fantasy because they bring me joy. Whereas when I pick up a business book about how to turn a business into profit, whatever the title is, I struggle to read those. So read books which fulfill you, and it makes the process easier.
Yeah, now that some of the practices will benefit us in a long run. We know that there is a benefit there. But then why do people, what are the things which are holding back for an individual that he is not able to do something? Like, get into that discipline. So what do you think some of the areas which could be not allowing him to do something which he wants to do?
So I understand the question. It's what stops people from achieving their discipline?
Absolutely. You made it easy.
Themselves. We can write a list of things which can stop us, from work to family to time to feeling tired or lethargic or wanting to sleep for longer or wanting to feel warmth when we're in the shower. It's personal choice. So I choose to have a cold shower. I choose to welcome the discomfort of cold water. I choose to go to the gym and exhaust myself so that my body feels great. I choose to read every day. And the first thing people should do is stop saying I have to do this and switch it to I want to do this. Because wanting to do something leads to desire. Desire leads to a greater chance of us achieving that discipline.
Yep. I'm just processing what you said. It is all me as a person. If I have to do something, I choose to do that, right? It can be being disciplined or it can be indiscipline, right? And is there something in this concept where we talk about choosing something? I am not doing something, that is why I am successful, right? There, it is a part of superstition, right? Some of the leaders who say this, like, oh, because I'm like that, I'm like this today. Is it just a coincidence or it's just happened for them? How could people, those who are successful, are they all disciplined?
Yes. There's another expression, good luck, or you're so lucky. I did a post on my LinkedIn about this a month ago. A common expression I hear from many people is, I'm so lucky that I have an extraordinary career. I travel the world and people see my LinkedIn content and they say, you're so lucky to travel the world and do what you do. I'm not lucky. I'm disciplined. I make choices. And another example of a choice is, on a Friday night, do you choose to go to the pub with your friends and have a drink and dinner, or do you choose to go to the gym? It's a choice. My friends have children, and one of my friends, I'm not going to name him, chooses to get up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym by 5 a.m. From 5 to 6, he trains, then he comes home, spends time with his children, goes to work, and he builds his day around choice. He chooses to do that. For many people, they don't want to do that. They choose to sleep in.
You're really touching my weak point now.
Even diet, food. So my diet is controlled. It's disciplined. I can choose to eat anything I want every day, or I can choose to weigh my meals and understand what percentage of vegetables, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins go in my diet. It's hard to do that. I have an app on my phone, and according to my app, I've logged on every day for over 6 years. And the reason it's only 6 years is because there was a 2-day period where I was traveling and I forgot to log on for 2 days. If it wasn't for those 2 days, it would be 12 years straight. Every day.
Goodness.
Every day.
That is phenomenal, and I think
every single day. My wife asks me, my friend asks me, my family asks me, why do you keep inputting your meals? And I tell them, because that's my discipline.
the simple thing, Shil, it's just a simple thing. Every meal, nowadays we have phone in our hand. It hardly takes 2 seconds to pick up what you had to go inside that.
What do we use our phones for? For phone calls, emails, scrolling through social media. So on the one hand, our phone can be unproductive. because we can spend time on scrolling through, or it can be productive. So I have food apps where I can log my meals. I have health apps where I can keep a track of my sleeping and my heart rate. In the evenings, an hour before going to sleep, I don't check my phone. For the first hour in the morning, I don't check my phone. These are tweaks that anybody can make. We choose to check our phone at night. We choose to check our phone in the morning.
Yeah, I think that was the easiest thing which I am doing right now, Shil. My phone goes off at 9:30 every night. After that, there is no internet on that. And if someone who knows me would like to call, I won't get a call.
Yeah.
And only I have few people in the favorites, my family, they can reach me. Otherwise, they can't reach me till 7 o'clock in the morning. And my phone is not till 7 o'clock in the morning. So that is something which I'm practicing. The other thing you mentioned about every day getting up at 4 o'clock, I don't get up at 4 o'clock, but then I get up around 5:15, and for 5 years, I I have done only one thing, that whether I like it, rain or shine, my dog takes me for a walk.
Excellent habit.
Right? My dog
Excellent
is
habit.
taking me for walks. I keep telling to every one of my friends, it's not me taking the dog for walk. Dog is taking me for walk. And
That's an excellent habit.
And one thing I should say this when I'm speaking to you is some of the health problems which I'm getting now is being postponed by 5 years. Otherwise, I would have got in 2020. Now I'm getting to see some of the symptoms of those problems. So I understand that, but then I need to start doing what you mentioned to do. A couple of things which I'll definitely want to do. It's not a resolution, but then I want to do is getting up in the morning, doing gym. And I may not be doing a gym to the extent where it has to be. For me, it's more of keeping my fitness levels high, right?
Yeah, and for anybody that listens, I'm not suggesting get up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., at 6 a.m. Get up whenever you want to. Go to sleep whenever you want to. However, get a discipline for 8 hours sleep. Put the discipline in for that. And if you don't want to go to the gym, that's okay. Find something else to keep you active. I get up at 6. That's my habit. I don't like to gym in the morning. I like to gym in the evening because I feel stronger in the evening. So these are my habits. Find what works for your car. What's the oil that your engine prefers?
Yeah, now we have spoken about how discipline will help us and what is stopping to be disciplined, and some of the strategies what we spoke about. The next one which I would like to touch upon, how do I track this? Can we track the discipline?
Yes, we can. Practicing discipline takes discipline. Practicing discipline takes discipline. So, one practice I have, I never announce what I'm going to do, not even to my wife. If I want to start to read again, I won't announce it to anybody. I'll only announce it internally to myself. And I will keep it to myself. And it was my wife who noticed on her own, "You're reading again." And I said, "I am." Whenever I announce something to people, it puts me under pressure. And it makes me feel as though now there's an obligation to do this. And I don't want to discipline for other people. I want to discipline for myself. So I don't like to announce. Some people may like to announce. If you do announce, do it to one person. Don't put a post onto social media and tell the world about it. Tell one person and stick to one person.
Yeah.
The world doesn't need to know.
Absolutely.
You need to know.
Absolutely. So, when I was training with Marshall Goldsmith, he says that how do someone track him, because he forgets. So he has paid a person to call him every night and ask him the 10 questions which he has to follow on a daily basis. So she asks that questions, he says yes or no, she'll put a tick, and at the end of the month, she'll send it back to him, telling that this is how you are flaring. That's it. So I understand when you say this, you don't have to say to anyone, at least you have that practice and discipline. Shil, with that, the discipline is core for anyone's success is what I would like to make a comment on. But then seeing you, who is so disciplined and which has taken you every step of your life, and that has proved correct.
Thank you. One of my excellent friends, Suzanne Waldron, she taught me about a concept called the criteria of life. And she says everybody should make a list of their criteria of life. There could be 3 things, there could be 5 things, there could be 10 things. What are the non-negotiables which form our criteria of life? I have my list. My list includes gym, diet, sleep, reading, meditation, minimal alcohol. I rarely drink. So all the non-negotiables, Manchester United, all the non-negotiables in my life form my criteria of life. And that's my guide. So I encourage people to write down their criteria, start with 1 and then build it to 3, then build it to 5. And that should be our beacon for building discipline.
Thank you, Shil. Thanks a lot for that suggestion. And next time I meet you, I'll tell you what are my 1 or 2 non-negotiables for sure, and may not have the big list, but then eventually when you get to 25, I think you are now 20, I heard. I saw a post, it was 20, if not 30, but 20. When you become 25, I will give you my list, big list for you.
It doesn't have to be a big list. I suggest it be a quality list.
Yes.
And when we meet next time, I would love to hear about your list.
I will, Shil. Though some of the things I would take it seriously, and when I said you are my guru, I mean it.
Thank you.
I look at you as someone who could get inspired by and learn a lot of things from you, and take it further in my career and my life. So that's the inspiration I have, living the other professional relationship, I could say.
That is a kind thing of you to say. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Shil, and I appreciate your time. And I'm sure viewers and listeners would have picked up at least one thing from our discussion today, and make a list of that and help someone who needs the discipline. With that, Shil, thanks a lot. Anything, your last words?
The devil is in the discipline.
Devil is in the discipline. There you go.
Thank you, Deepak. It's a pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Shil. You have a wonderful day and wonderful year end.